Good morning, friends. Actually, this is in continuation to the series of videos that I have announced with respect to my channel being launched, with respect to the information that I'm gonna give. So, specifically, this information is regarding the PGDBA last year. What was the criteria for the shortlisting for interviews, and what was the criteria for the overall marks for the person being shortlisted for the final process of PGDBA. So I would be giving detailed analysis of it. Actually, I have cracked last year PGDBA written round, so I could give a much better detail. And I actually filed an RTI regarding the process which they use for shortlisting. So initially, while PGDBA written round was conducted, I gave the exam in Bangalore. Yeah, you can see this. This was the admit card last year which they issued. In Bangalore, I think so. There's only one center for which the PGDBA exam written occurs. This is Don Bosco. It has been happening for the past 2 years because one of my friends has given it for the past 2 years. They were saying that Don Bosco is the only place where it happens, and last year it happened on 18th February. Yeah, this was the admit card. So now coming to the RTI that I filed with IIM Calcutta, because last year it was the organizing institute out of the tri-institutes which are under the PGDBA. I have raised some of the concerns regarding what was the breakup details of my composite score, what was my merit rank, my weighting rank, weightage given to the written round, personal interview. Yeah, PGDBA is one of those programs which doesn't have a GD or VAT. So initially you are shortlisted on the basis of the written round, which happens in the month of February, and then you are directly interviewed. Nothing happens at the interview center except getting interviewed. You will be present in a hall, and then you will be called. Initially certain document verification would have occurred, less like 10th marks, 12th marks, and graduation, work experience. These all things does happen, but after which they will be calling you for interview. Yeah, so PGDBA is one of those processes where there is no VAT and no GD. It is only with respect to written round that happens in February and directly PI, and for which the question which I have asked, they sent me a mail, and that was the reply which I got. Dear sir, we sent your application to the relevant information, and accordingly we have received the information from their end. The composite score which I got was 60.583, and the question of breakup details and merit rank does not arise because I don't know why IIM Calcutta did not choose to answer the question. That they could have answered. At least I could have got my merit rank and number of people being shortlisted. They have choose not to answer the question. And yeah, this was the parameters for the final selection process. Written round 40% weightage, personal interview 40%, class 10th mark 7, 12th mark 7%, work experience 6. So last year the written test happened for 150 marks. Yeah, so out of 150, how much you score into 0.4, personal interview how much you score into 0.4, and it's like 10th mark how much you score into, that would be the multiplication factor. And yeah, this was the composite details of the last person in the first merit list. Just like yeah, PGDBA, the number of seats present in PGDBA is 60. I don't know whether they have increased or not, but as of my record they have not increased the seat. And the total number of seats for general category is 28. Yeah, because you have say CST, reservation, OBC and PWD, which accounts to around 52%, something around like that, and the number of seats available are 28 to 29. Yeah, so these were the answers which they got, for which I was not satisfied at all. So I have replied them. I would like to raise a question regarding the question number 2, 3, 4, which they choose not to answer. And I said that I am bound to know the details of my composite score, written round in marks we are awarded 10th and 12th. Yeah, this time IIT Kharagpur is conducting this exam, so they have maintained a transparency which is brilliant. Just like last year we needed to file an RTI to know these details, that written round carries 40%, personal interview carries 40%, 10th 7, 12th 7, and work experience 7. While this time IIT Kharagpur has directly declared it, as you can see in their this thing. Yeah, they are directly declared on the site that the 10, 12, this whole thing which I am mentioning here, which I got by RTI, is now directly mentioned in the IIT Kharagpur site. Yeah, and this time they have also maintained this transparency with respect to 10th and 12 marks. Just like how 10th marks is is awarded 7%, 12th mark is awarded 7, and work experience 6. They have also mentioned the weightage how the person would get 7 marks or 6 marks. So this time they have maintained a brilliant transparency. Just like if a person got 88%, he would get 6 in 10th, and 12th he would also get 6. So with respect to 10th and 12th, this is the thing. If you fall under the category, you can count your points. And yeah, and with respect to the work experience, if a person has a certain amount of work experience in some field or the other, this is the one. If a person have a work experience greater than 24 months and less than 16 months, he is awarded 6 points, 430. So you can just calculate your 10th, 12th and work experience as of now itself, because as it is mentioned the weightage, so you can easily count. And yeah, these were the details for which I was not satisfied. Again I asked them, for which they gave me the written marks, what I scored in the PGDBA written round. Yeah, this was 92. Some of the people, in fact I was shocked to see my marks as 92, because when I counted my score came around 109. But I got to know that as is the case, the key of the institute differs from the coaching institute, just like it happened this year with respect to time, CL, IMS. None of the institute were 100% correct with respect to the CAT 2018 answer key. If you see, time differed, IMS differed, and career launcher also differed in some way or the other with respect to time differed in RC, CL or IMS also differed with respect to the parajumbled, and somewhere or the odd one out. So similarly it happens with the case with the PGDBA, that the key that the PGDBA institute have and the coaching institute have does change. And one thing to notice that PGDBA is a pen and paper test, right? So you need to circulate. It's a kind of IFT test, so you need to understand that thing. So it's not a computer based test, so certain things might have happened with the bubbling also. So this was the score that was mentioned, that I scored 92. I was also quite shocked to see. So this was the complete details that I got the information from IIM Kolkata, because last year it was the organizing institute. Out of the 3 institutes that conduct PGDBA, one takes the responsibility of organizing it. This year IIT Kharagpur has taken the responsibility. So yeah, with respect to the transparency, at least they have maintained this kind of transparency with respect to the work experience 10th, 12th. So this was a brilliant thing. And now coming to the program calendar, which 2019-21 batch will be having with respect to this thing. IIM Kolkata will be having orientation program, pre-semester, semester 1, semester 2, semester 3, semester 4, everything. And this semester 4 internship is basically internship where you will be offered a high package. Yes, you can see, just like for the 2016 and 18 batch, the average monthly stipend was 92,447 domestic only, 97,000 median. PGDBA 2015-17 placements. So this was with respect to the placements, and with respect to 2016-18 batch, the placement has increased. I have confirmed it from one of my friends who is studying PGDBA in IIM Kolkata as of now, if I'm not wrong. So yeah, he has confirmed that the average placement has increased. So this was the information regarding the PGDBA selection criteria, 10-12 marks, last year what was the center, what was my score, and one thing to remember is don't go blindly with the key of the institutes, because they are bound to differ. In fact, you consider any exam, they will be differing on 2 or 3 questions, and that can actually make it, because in this case if you differ on 3 questions, so that's a change of 12 marks, because +3 -1, a guy who is getting +3 will suddenly lose 12 marks if he is 4 questions or 3 questions are gone wrong. So in that manner I feel that it was important to share with you guys the composite score of the last person and various other things that I have got an RTI, and it takes a hell of a lot of time, and I raised it in May, I got the answer in August and September. So yeah, So if you want this kind of videos, and if you want my PGDBA interview experience as well, I would be also adding another video with respect to what was my interview experience. So please, in order to gain this kind of videos and information, not only with respect to this, with respect to the other MBA examinations, just like I would be sharing my XLRI interview experience, SVJ, SIBM, SEM HRD, IFT, IMRACHI, VGSOM, and various other experiences. Please like the channel, subscribe, and thanks a lot. Thank you a lot. Thanks a lot for watching this.